Hi, everybody. I am Anthony Cerqua, and this is the Back to School Night presentation for Aerospace Engineering. So this is the welcome agenda slide that I show every day in class, obviously updated with what we're doing in class. But I'll show what we're doing in the video here. So I'm going to introduce the course, myself as well. I'm going to talk about grading homework and how students can get help with the class and my contact information as well. Introduction to our course, Aerospace Engineering. So topics we talk about in here are some of my favorite topics ever. We're going to start with talking about propulsion and rockets. We'll do a rockets project. We'll then head into space. So we'll do orbital mechanics and talk about how orbits work. We'll use industry-grade software that is used for satellite tracking. We will talk about gravity and energy associated with gravity. From there, we may even have a little collaboration with some NASA scientists on like a conceptual design project that we might look at. And we might also look at a Mars rover type of project with robotics. It kind of depends on where our class wants to go with things. From there into second semester, we will go away from space and come back down to the atmosphere, and we'll talk about flight and lift and drag and different types of propulsion for aircraft and materials for aircraft. And that's when we'll get into our glider projects, our RC plane projects, our fiberglass project. Those will be some of the topics we hit in the second semester. So we'll be using all sorts of different programs like the ones I mentioned, the satellite tracking software, glider software, rocket software, a bunch of NASA simulations, 3D modeling software. We'll do a ton of projects, do rockets, potentially rovers, fiberglass gliders, RC planes, a whole bunch of awesome hands-on stuff, which I know we've been craving all this year. I should mention too, this is a PLTW course, so there is an end of course exam, kind of like an AP exam, if you're familiar with those. It's an exam that comes at the end of the course that's meant to be an opportunity to earn college credit. It's not a grade for the class, so it will neither help or hurt the grade in the class. It will be, it doesn't really pertain to that, but it is an opportunity to earn college credit. Here's some photos from past years. So we have in the past taken a trip to DuPage Airport. I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that by the spring this can be something that we can do. No promises, but I'm hoping that this is an opportunity that we'll be able to have. Here's our class making fiberglass, RC planes, our Mars rover project, and the rockets, which is a project that we've already started. A little introduction to myself. This is my 8th year at East. I'm a physics and engineering teacher. My hobbies mostly involve keeping up with my 15, almost 16-month-old daughter. Activities, I am Science Olympiad sponsor. There's my wife, Caitlin, and we have 2 cats, Louie and Phoebe, who are down there in the corner. I will, just because this is an engineering class, I do have a little bit of engineering background. I graduated from Illinois at Urbana-Champaign with a Bachelor of Science in Engineering Mechanics and a minor in Physics. I do have some engineering experience. I worked at an office furniture company in the middle of Iowa designing office furniture, chairs specifically, which is pictured here. So I did that. I had an internship at Fermilab as well, working on one of their experiments. And then post-graduation, I did work for UOP Honeywell, which was an oil and gas refinery company. Basically, chemical engineers would hand me a whole bunch of data. It was my job to design the reactor that would fit it and not explode from all the pressure and everything like that. Worked in that for about 18 months, wasn't super thrilled with the industry, knew that my passion lied in teaching, and like I said, this is my 8th year teaching. The reason why I bring this up is because I know we have a lot of interested students who are potentially interested in engineering as a future career. I don't have the world's most experience in the industry, but I do have some through my schooling and some work experience. So if they ever have any questions, happy to answer the question, or if I can't answer the question, I do still have contacts in the field that could, and I can try to get the answer for them. So if they have questions on that type of stuff, please encourage them to ask me. I'm happy to try and help in any way that I can. Speaking of the help, so help related to class. If somebody has a question, if they're unsure about something, if they just want to go through things some more, Plenty of ways to get help before school, after school, during open periods, which for me are 5, 6, 7. Or we can try to make something else work even during my other classes, depending on what I have going on in those classes. There's Schoology, where everything is going to be posted, including our assignments and videos and everything like that. There's myself, there's each other. So there's a lot of resources there, a lot of ways to get help for the class. Grading breakdown, it's going to be 70% for the summative assignments, 10% for the final, 10% for completion assignments, 5% homework, and 5% formative or quizzes. And at the beginning of the year, we talked about expectations in the class. The students shared their expectations for me, their expectations for each other, and then I shared my expectations for them and the expectations I have for myself. So to start with the expectations I had for them, first was to put in the effort. Engineering is tough and takes effort, and sometimes it takes even extra effort. So I expect students to put in the effort that they need to succeed in that class. Next is to trust me. If something it seems hard or frustrating, it's because it's engineering, and sometimes we need to push our boundaries a little bit to learn something new. So if I made a mistake, sometimes I do make mistakes too, but trust me to fix those mistakes. And I promise that they'll get what they want out of the class. Have an open mind and be inclusive. We're very diverse in a million ways, in the ways that we are and the ways that we think and everything like that. And that is a positive. And I want us to bring those differences to the classroom because that's when we get the most out of our engineering classroom. So I want us to be open minded, inclusive, respectful, so that we can make sure that we can capitalize on all those different ideas and everything that we have. And then finally, enjoy the class. My expectations I have for myself is that I will try 110% to make sure that they look forward to coming to class and that they learn something useful. Those are my two goals. Those are kind of like my overriding thing that we should be learning, and I hope that we're enjoying what we're learning about too. And I try everything I can to make sure that that's true. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me. And thanks for watching. Bye.